I'm here with senior captain of the golf team, Brody Nieporte. And first of all, how does it feel to be a senior, and how would you describe your 3.5 years so far?
I mean, honestly, it feels kind of weird. Honestly, I'm kind of not looking forward to graduating, but I mean, honestly, the 3.5 years have been awesome. I've loved Fordham. I've loved kind of every minute of it between living in Hughes freshman year to now living off campus. I mean, Fordham's been awesome. I mean, golf, meeting great people, and just kind of sad I'm graduating.
Yeah. So far, what are your plans for after Fordham?
I'm currently doing an internship at Morgan Stanley for wealth management, so I'm kind of trying to find a job in finance. Don't have a job locked up yet, but kind of doing the whole interview process and trying to stay in New York City and kind of work something on Wall Street. So.
Awesome. What is your favorite part about Fordham or being a Fordham student?
I mean, honestly, Fordham's just, probably meeting the great people I met. I mean, 4 of the kids I live with, Charlie, Dan, Rory, and Lobiak, I mean, some of my good friends I'll have for a long time, and also other guys on the golf team that I've had. I mean, one thing about Fordham, it's a small school. We're right near New York City, but I mean, the friendships you make are probably the best part.
Yep. And what's one thing you're going to miss about Fordham?
One thing I'm going to miss about Fordham, I mean, kind of just being able to be a college kid. Kind of, it's just awesome being able to party whenever I want, kind of play golf, not worry about go to sporting events, go to bars in New York City, kind of just live like, I mean, when else am I going to be able to kind of just hang out watching basketball games with my friends on the weekends, or even on like a Tuesday or Thursday night, so kind of just the whole college life, you know?
Absolutely, yep. If you were to do one thing over at Fordham, what would it be?
One thing over at Fordham, probably not eat as much late night food.
Yeah.
Between White Castle and Pugsley's and all that. Probably one thing I wouldn't do.
And for the freshmen and sophomores reading this, any seniorly advice for them?
Just honestly to kind of just enjoy it. I mean, it goes quick. I mean, I remember being a freshman and thinking I had 4 Atlantic 10 championships or 4 spring break trips with the golf team, or just taking everything, like, just don't take anything for granted and just enjoy every second because it flies by.
Yeah. And how did you choose Fordham? Was golf one of the deciding factors?
Golf wasn't one of the main factors. Honestly, Fordham kind of came up out of nowhere. I've caddied in Long Island for the last 9 summers, even though I'm from Atlanta, and lived with my grandparents. And one of my mom's family friends was like, they have a D1 golf team. They're a great school. It's in New York City. And I honestly it was one of the last schools I kind of looked at. And then I saw the school. I looked it up, and then also my grandpa was friends with the golf coach, so it all kind of worked out like all at once, and I kind of blindly chose Fordham, and I'm kind of happy that I did.
And does it feel any different to be a leader and a captain this year?
Not really. I mean, there's a little more responsibility, but honestly, it's still kind of everyone on our team's good friends, and everyone's we all like hanging out with each other, and everyone busts each other's balls a little bit, and so it's kind of like. Not really. I mean, I guess I deal with coach and some of the administration a little bit more. But besides that, no.
And how do you think, I know that the 4 or 5 of you seniors have been playing for almost 4 years now. How do you think you're going to do to close out all your careers this spring?
I mean, I'm looking forward to the spring. I mean, we just came back from Florida, South Florida, on our spring break trip, and seemed like everyone was kind of getting a little bit of the rust off and things like that. We definitely are going to miss Devin, who was the captain last year and one of our best players. But I think the seniors this year will all do pretty good.
And do you have a favorite golf memory or a tournament you like to compete in each year?
Well, favorite golf memories are probably the spring breaks every year. Last year we were lucky enough we got to go to Ireland. So we were in Ireland for 10 days. We were in Dublin on St. Patrick's Day. Like I just said, this past week, we were in West Palm, so it's great getting to take kind of these trips with 10 guys for a week or 10 days. We get to play golf in the morning and then get to kind of do whatever we want in the afternoons, and it's kind of those memories will stick out. And as for a tournament, it's probably either Yale or Atlantic 10s. Atlantic 10s is great because it's in South Florida, and then Yale's awesome because they put on like they've food, the course is incredible, just the whole tournament's run perfectly. So,
and what do you think golf is going to be like in your life after Fordham?
Well, definitely. I mean, I've loved golf ever since I picked it up when I was 13, and I'll continue to play it and enjoy it. And then also, I mean, in the business world, golf's definitely a big. You can use it to your advantage, and definitely like with your bosses or different clients or something like that. So I definitely will probably use it in some way in the business world.
Mm-hmm. And for a little pro sports talk here, who's your favorite golfer, and which of the 4 majors do you like?
Well, my favorite golfer is definitely Phil Mickelson. I've always liked Phil Mickelson. I got to meet him a couple times. He was an awesome guy. And my favorite tournament by far is the Masters. Mm-hmm. So that's coming up in about a month or so.
Yep, definitely. And finally, who do you got winning the March Madness?
I just did my bracket. I was going back and forth between like Indiana or Ohio State. And I like Ohio State a lot better. They're kind of an underdog team. They're a 2 seed. And so if I want to kind of win the bracket I'm in, you kind of got to pick one of those guys. Plus my grandpa went to Ohio State. I like Kraft. So
yeah, I'm a Kraft fan myself.
Yeah, so I picked Ohio State in the end. So hopefully they can make a little run.
All right.
So
there you have it, Brody Nieporte.
Thanks, brother.